are officially a very goofy man, Bridgette. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. If you need any more evidence that Bridgette Macron is definitely a man, it is just what is happening right now. The idea that you would file this lawsuit is all of the proof that you need.
I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. I would stake my entire professional reputation on the fact that Bridgette Macron is in fact a man. But wait, that's not what I'm saying. Those are not my words. Those are the words of Candice Owens.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Bridgette Macron, have filed a 219-page defamation lawsuit against Candice Owens in the state of Delaware in the United States of America.
What's up, guys? Welcome to yet another video. Thanks for tuning in. So social media is going crazy over the fact that the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, and his first lady, Bridgette Macron, have sued an American podcaster, Candice Owens. Some call her a right-wing political commentator. Others say she's a very controversial commentator. Well, she has very strong opinions of politics in America and in the world at large. She has a huge following with some who really love her and a very huge number of people who actually hate her. So she's got very strong opinions. Now, the reason why she's being sued by the president of another nation is that she's been alleging that the president's wife, Bridgette Macron, is a male or was born a male and transgendered into a female.
You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. We'll figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
She's not the only one who has been saying that. I mean, I've seen so many videos going around where people are saying, oh, Bridgette Macron is a male and not a female. But why are they not being sued? Why is Candice being sued? Candice has a series that she termed Becoming Bridgette, which has gone international. It's really everywhere, where she alleged that the French president's wife was born a male and transitioned into a female. Not only that, the bizarre thing is that it also states that Bridgette Macron is Emmanuel Macron's father, who had transitioned into a woman. Like, that's crazy. This is one crazy conspiracy that, when you think about it, you don't really understand. But she says she has her evidence, she has the proof, she has everything that she's going to use to prove that this is true. Now, in her series, it's gone international, probably why the Macrons are really mad and taking this to the court. It's gone international, and then the Macrons kept sending warnings to her to cease and desist. But then Candice doubled down on it and kept doing that. And so now they are suing her for defamation.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Bridgette Macron, have filed a 219-page defamation lawsuit against Candice Owens in the state of Delaware in the United States of America. Now, Candice Owens is a conservative podcaster and has, put out some claims about Macron's wife. Now, the Macrons are accusing Candice of spreading outlandish, defamatory and far-fetched fictions by repeatedly promoting a conspiracy that Bridgette Macron was born a man named Jean-Michel Trogneux. Now, they're saying this is a false claim that Candice Owens has featured in her Becoming Bridgette series on social media. Now, the couple seeks damages across 22 counts, while Candice Owens is invoking her First Amendment rights, vowing to fight back on her podcast and reframe the suit as political intimidation. Now, This is very interesting because she did mention that President Donald Trump gave her a call and said, you know, I'm in the middle of discussions with Macron to discuss peace in certain areas. And one thing he's asked me to do is get you to stop talking about his wife. You know, by the time you're getting a call like that from a president and you don't stop, and then the Macrons also come, would they be fighting this so hard if it wasn't true? I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
There's been a lot of mixed reactions. Some people are happy that Candice is being sued. Others are also saying, well, if the Macrons have nothing to hide, why do you bother to sue her in the first place? If not, it means like she's touching something or she's getting very close to something that you don't want her to get close to. That is why you are suing her, not for the fact that she's talking about you, so you need to sue her for defamation. What do you think? Do you think there is any truth to that? Or do you think that it's good that Candice is being sued for saying all these conspiracy theories about the Macrons? Let's know in the comment section.
The more you tell us to look away, the more we're going to look. Someone needs to tell that to Bridgette Macron because, like, it's just getting ridiculous. Bridgette Macron has officially filed a defamation lawsuit against Candice Owens because Candice Owens is coming on the internet and she's calling Bridgette Macron a man. Look, at the end of the day, Candice Owens is just some chick on the internet. Yes, she has a lot of followers, but again, she is just some chick on the internet. Bridgette Macron is a diplomat. She's the first lady of France, wife to the president, Emmanuel Macron. Yet, she has blown up this drama way too much. First, she threatened to sue Candice Owens. Then she had her husband talk to Donald Trump and halt diplomatic conversations to try to have Donald Trump stop Candice Owens from calling Bridgette Macron a man. I'm sorry, but doth do protest way too much. Way too much. I'm sorry, do you know how many presidents, how many diplomats around the world, people who are like considered part of the elite, you know how many conspiracy theories they have of them? You know how many of them have actually addressed it? None. They will barely say anything or they will just brush it off. They will not entertain the idea because they know if they stepped into the conversation, it's going to blow up. The more you tell people to look away, the more they're going to want to look. Same thing with the Epstein files. But I don't know who's advising her on her team. Whoever it is, fire them. This is not the way the internet works. People are going to be like, why is this so sensitive to you? Why are you trying to silence some girl on the internet? What are you trying to hide? And I just feel like if you are trying to silence people way too much, there must be something behind it. I'm sorry, that's just how it looks, how it's perceived, how the PR looks. It looks a little suspicious. And to Emmanuel Macron, please, just put your dad in order. Like, tell him to stop.
Macron could prove Candice Owens wrong in like a second. It would be like a layup for them. And it would be even easier because of who Candice Owens is. Let me explain. People already don't want to believe Candice. Now, I am a Candice Owens fan, but objectively speaking, we know that in America, she's kind of this inflammatory figure. Like, you either love her or you hate her. You can see people's like, oh, she's right-wing, conspiracy theorist, clickbait. She's just trying to anger people. She's always saying mean stuff. Like, a lot of these people have never listened to the full context or a full hour of her show, and they just see clips. And the mainstream media has done a really good job of painting Candice Owens in that light because a lot of the stuff she reports on is like uncovering truths and government and yada yada. But what I'm saying is people already lean in that they don't want to believe her. Like, people already have it in their mind that because it's Candice Owens, they don't want to believe her. So they're already kind of heading in that direction. It would just take like an ounce of evidence and everybody would be like, crazy Candice Owens, just as I thought, she's wrong, moving on with life. And they would believe Macron 100%. So the fact that they're not doing that is even more suspicious to me. For example, if the New York Times broke this story, it would take a ton of evidence to prove New York Times wrong. Like, the American people would, everybody would believe the New York Times, and they would have to produce, the Macrons would have to produce like a lot more evidence, like photos and DNA and et cetera, et cetera. But because it's Candice, they actually have it easy because of how a lot of Americans already see her. And the next argument might be like, Macrons don't care about Candice Owens, but that's just not true. One, because they sent from their lawyer 2 letters, one of which was like 100 pages that Candice Owens posted a bunch of it on her YouTube. But I'm sorry, making your lawyers do that 100-page letter, it would seem much easier to just produce like one photo of you pregnant, for example. But they're sending letters, so they do care. Secondly, Candice Owens is an American reporter. America has 325 million people that live online, basically chronically online, and the virality of videos literally changes businesses. It changes companies, it changes lives, it brings down like full industries like Hollywood. So trust me, they care that Candice Owens has a microphone in front of 325 million people that are chronically online looking for a good story.
For all of you people out there simping for Candice Owens, clearly you haven't actually read the lawsuit, because I have. Inside the lawsuit, they actually include proof that she was, yes, in fact, born a woman. Y'all out there have been claiming that she's actually her brother, Jean-Michel. And yet included in the lawsuit is that exact same picture with Bridgette right there. Also included is her birth announcement, where her 5 siblings are listed, including her brother. Here's a picture of her getting married in 1974 to her first husband, not to mention just the straight up childhood photos that they included. Yes, and in the lawsuit against the 2 French women who started these rumors, Jean-Michel literally came to the trial. And yes, in the lawsuit, they literally sent a letter with all of this information to Candice Owens, and she ignored it and continued to spread these lies. Candice Owens absolutely knows that the French First Lady is a biological woman. She literally was just playing into the transphobia of these times for clicks and likes. So when Candice Owens loses this lawsuit, are y'all gonna admit that she is a liar? And honestly, this is a no-brainer. Candice Owens is going to lose this hands down, because the last time the Macrons were in court last year, all of the documentation relating to the First Lady's birth, marriage, divorce, childbearing, they were all verified as real. Candice Owens is going down hard.
Okay, so in spite of the fact that people are currently celebrating that Candice Owens is getting sued by Emmanuel and Bridgette Macron, who's the president of France, and his wife, right? Let's take a second to think about the fact that these people in France are quite literally dealing with political unrest, massive national debt, a slowing economy, and a rise in unemployment. But you mean to tell me that the 72-year-old First Lady, along with her 47-year-old husband, who's the president, catch the age gap, clock that, they have time to file a lawsuit in Delaware against Candice Owens because she said that this lady was born a man? Mind you, back in the day, a couple of years ago, she tried to sue some journalists in France, and guess what? Those lawsuits were recently overturned. So now she's suing them again, suing these journalists again for cyberbullying because she couldn't actually prove that she was born a woman. Let's clock all of this tea. And people want to say, well, why does it matter? Why is it even our business? It doesn't even make a difference if this person was born a man or a woman. But it does go to show that if you have somebody who's running a country who's quite literally not just misgendered, but has a whole different identity than what they were born, the real question is the why. Like, there's a bigger picture behind it, and I think that's the only message, or at least for what I've seen, the message that Candice Owens is trying to prove is just that what we're being told is not always the truth. Now, I can't confirm or deny any of this, but baby, it's definitely giving a hit dog will holler, because it's right in our faces that out of all the things that these people could be concerned about, they're filing a lawsuit in Delaware against Candice Owens because she was like, oh, the president's wife was born a man.
Today's Fuck Around and Find Out contestant is Candice Owens for lying on Emmanuel and Bridgette Macron. Emmanuel is the French president, and Candice Owens claims that Bridgette was first born a man. This was filed with the Delaware court, and Candice Owens had an 8-part series on Bridgette being a man, and they reached out to Candice Owens on 3 separate occasions to retract that statement. The last one being on July 1st, and with her not retracting it, they said enough is enough and we are suing you for defamation. In response to the lawsuit, a spokesperson for Owens said, Candice Owens is not shutting up. This is a foreign government attacking the First Amendment rights of an American independent journalist. Candice repeatedly requested an interview with Bridgette Macron. Instead of offering a comment, Bridgette is resorting to trying to bully a reporter into submission. In France, politicians can bully journalists, but this is not France, it's America. But where you are wrong there, my friend, is yes, America has the freedom of speech, but you're not freedom of consequence, and you cannot lie on people's name. If Bridgette is not born a man, Candice Owens is in the fucking wrong here, and she deserves to be sued for defamation. So to all you reporters that be lying on people for clicks and views, just know eventually you may be fucking sued for it, just like Candice Owens is today.
Candice, as Andrew Tate says it, is in trouble. Yeah, she's being sued by the Macrons. If you don't know who the Macrons are, that's the president of France and his husband. Wife, sorry. She's been making a lot of content saying that, this person right here is actually a dude. It's not a dudette, it's a dude, yeah, saying that they're actually blood relatives and stuff. And you know Candice, man, she's got a big platform, and she's into conspiracy theories like that. So this is one of the biggest ones that she's had for a while. Mr. Mrs. Macron is like, I am tired of this deformation. I'm going to sue you for hundreds of millions so your business goes under.
I, for one, I can't wait to see how this lawsuit plays out, because I actually want to know the truth. Some people are saying, so what if Bridgette is a transgender? What do you care? Well, I think world leaders should be held accountable for the things they do. Just because you're a world leader, you shouldn't just think you can deceive people or just do anything you like and not be held accountable. And I think that is Candice's point of view. She's holding them accountable for the things they are doing. She's holding them accountable for not telling their people the truth. Yeah, guys, so what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like the video and share. Also subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.